Now then, you'd be forgiven for thinking that securing a spot at the Olympics would take years and years of training, but our next guest did it in just 2.
Yes, well, last week, Benjamin Alexander, who, by the way, put on a pair of skis for the first time in his life just 6 years ago, there's hope for me yet, qualified for the Beijing Winter Olympics and will be the first ever skier to represent Jamaica, yes, at the Games next month.
Well, Benjamin joins us now. He's live from Zurich, where he is currently training. Morning, Benjamin. How lovely to talk to you.
Yes.
Thank you for doing this. This is the most extraordinary story.
It really is.
So you grew up in Northamptonshire. And you were DJing, but really successfully DJing, taking you around the world.
Yeah, I was blessed enough to perform across 5 continents and over 30 countries. Performed at the Burning Man Music Festival, as that photo shows there, every year for the last 10, and just had a really wild ride with it. And it was actually DJing that got me into skiing, believe it or not.
How?
I was invited to DJ at a ski party, basically, and I saw my friends doing this thing that I'd never seen before, and I thought it just looked absolutely magical, and I just wanted to be a part of that. And that was December of 2015 when I first saw that.
So talk to us. So December 2015, you're on this trip, you're DJing, your friends are skiing. You think, I'm going to give it a go. Talk to me about the first experience, because I mean, I'm not sure you could have predicted the future after that first lesson.
No, not at all. All I wanted to be was good enough to kind of ski with my friends. And so 2 months later in Whistler, Canada, I had my first proper lesson on a mountain. And after that lesson, I went out and just decided to tackle one green run over and over by myself, just to get better. And the first time I went down that green run, I fell 27 times. But it wasn't something that came naturally to me, but I just kept at it. And I finished that day falling only 7 times on that run, and it's kind of been a steady progression of getting better and better.
Yeah. So then you decide, you went to the Winter Olympics as a spectator. I think you know, sort of friends are really encouraging you. You give up DJing and decide that, I mean, did you think right from the word go, right, that's it then, I have an Olympic dream?
I mean, it's kind of normal, right? Most international DJs retire and then go into ski racing. I feel like we're just following the trend.
Yeah, it's a well-known formula.
So
doing that, though, it is a very unusual route. I mean, your dad is Jamaican, your mum is British, so you decided, right, OK, I am going to become an Olympian, and so why did you decide that you were going to go under the Jamaican flag?
Yeah, great question. So, look, there's lots of kids like me in the United Kingdom that are of mixed race, and as a mixed race person, you always represent the minority of the room that you are in at any given moment. So, to my black friends, I'm the white guy, and to my white friends, I'm the black guy. And most people that ski are white, so I'm the black guy, and I also happen to be Jamaican. So, people were always talking about cool runnings, Jamaican on ice. You should go to the Olympics. It really just started off as a joke. And so as the black representative in my white group of skier friends, there was never a question of representing any other flag than Jamaica.
So brilliant. Now talk to me about, because obviously I know that you were born in Britain, as Phillip said. You've never lived in Jamaica, but you actually ended up spending, you know, at the start of this skiing career, 100 days in Jamaica, obviously during the pandemic. I can't imagine, we were talking about this morning, I can't imagine it's the best place to be able to ski.
To be a skier.
I mean, brilliant country.
Water skiing?
Yes, water skiing possibly, but skiing.
Not a lot of snow.
Yeah, there's not a lot of skiing there. I don't think it's ever snowed in Jamaica. It just never gets cold enough. But look, a lot of skiers take a big chunk of their summers and just work on dry land training. For me, someone that's trying to get to the Olympics on such a hyper-accelerated path, I really wanted to ski every single week. And so my goal was to be in the Southern Hemisphere, be that New Zealand, Chile, or Argentina, and on snow. But the second best thing to be doing is just working on your strength conditioning and making sure you have all the flexibility you need when the ski season starts again.
Well, you were only supposed to be there for, I think, a short promo tour, a media tour, and ended up being stuck in Jamaica. There are worse places to be stuck
exactly.
for 100 days. You mentioned a moment ago cool running. So 1988, and it's the Jamaican bobsleigh team. They inspired the movie. They came, that was all the hopes of the country were with them. They came last. But became cult heroes. Dudley Stokes was a founding member of the bobsleigh team, and he became something of your mentor.
Yeah, Dudley has been fantastic. I mean, him and his team pretty much wrote the book about doing outlandish things for a Caribbean nation at the Winter Games. And him and I speak absolutely every week. I think he was the last person I spoke to before I went to bed last night. And it's been incredible having him on my team to guide me through some of the tough and challenging moments of this project. And doing this project in a pandemic has thrown at me.
Wow, that is so special, so special, and such an iconic film. That was a big one from my childhood. Cool Runnings.
Yeah.
So obviously you the DJ side of you, is that completely left now? Is this it? Are we athlete and athlete only, or why do we have to pick? Are you doing it all?
Well, the two things completely don't go hand in hand. When I was living in Ibiza, I'd be waking up at 10 p.m. to go into the club at 2 p.m. and then maybe getting to bed at 4 p.m. the following day. Now I'm in bed by 8 p.m. to wake up at 5, 6 a.m. to get to the ski slope. So the two things are completely contradictory. I can only do one at a time.
Well, you have become the first alpine skier and the 15th athlete in history to compete for Jamaica in the Winter Games. And you've been labelled fearless by the skier Gordon Gray, who I know, American skier, who's been helping you. So, with all of that in mind, when you go, can you win?
You know, I don't want to take anything away from the athletes that are at the top of my sport. These guys have been skiing since they were 2. Their parents have been putting tens of thousands, if not 50,000 pounds a year into their training from the age of 7 years old. And now their country's ski association is putting hundreds of thousands of pounds into their development. These guys are showing up with 20 different skis where I'm going to show up with one. It's like those guys are in Formula One and I'm in a go-kart trying to keep up with them behind. My story is really about participation and encouraging the next generation of Jamaicans to get to the Olympics. And I've already found who will be our representatives in alpine skiing in 2026, and they're going to be much better than I am.
Oh, well done.
Well, I was just thinking then, if you spend that amount of money and you take 6 pairs of skis instead of 1, and you've never really done it, and you've started, you know, been a DJ, come through 2016, you start to do it, and then you win a medal, they're going to hate you.
Absolutely.
Do you know what? It's such an inspirational story, doesn't it? It just goes to show.
Everybody loves a hero.
Yeah, everybody loves a hero.
Hopefully, it will have a better outcome than Cool Runnings.
Cool Runnings, please.
Yes. They didn't do as everyone would have loved them to do. But hopefully, you know, at least some sort of medal position would be brilliant and a great inspiration. Well done, Benjamin.
Honestly, incredible. I've absolutely loved that. I'm going to get my kids to watch this. This is such a good story.
Thank you, mate.